I've been experimenting with other things. This is Intimacy 2.0. It got a lot of attention because of the function that it has, because it works with a heartbeat sensor, and the more aroused the girl becomes, the more this design turns transparent. So that's and a lot of people like that. So this is the prototype version, Intimacy Black. It's in 2 states, in the dark version and in the lighter version. It's a PDLC foil that we got to make very thin and very flexible. And here you see a little bit the working of the material. So it's really a flexible material. I always try to bend it in ways that it doesn't want to be bent, like this. For example, I always make very small prototypes, so I know what the limitations are for these kinds of materials. These were the prototype dresses, and this is the final project, Intimacy 2.0. It is created for Studio Roosgaard, which is an art studio in the Netherlands, for which I worked. So that was Intimacy. From there on, that was 2011. There was a lady from Los Angeles named Bea Angerloens, and I got a call from her if I wanted to do something for the Super Bowl. And at that time, I'm not really in sports, I must say, and I didn't really know what the Super Bowl was, but it turned out to be like pretty huge. So yeah, that was kind of interesting. So I designed an outfit for Fergie, who you can see here, and it's based with a chess piece. One thing that I got a note for was that it's really bright on stage, so we had to really high power it up.
Happening at the same time.
That was this chess piece. As you can see, it's full light, and it was working. It was covered with Swarovski crystals, which was good because the wind was going through, so it was cooling the elements. And that's a dog. It also had fuse with Luminex. I was trying it out because yeah, it's hard to get Luminex visible. It's an optic fiber material, but I put like super high power LEDs in there, so it was shining. So there you can see it on stage. And all of that stuff. So, I also made other things, which is, for example, this one in collaboration with Jane Tingley and Marius Kintel, under the name Mono. We got invited to this festival in Vienna, which is a cocktail making robot festival, which is really cool. It happens every year in December, and when we got invited, there were 21 cocktail making robots. And of course, you don't want to be the same as anybody else, so we made a cocktail making robot dress, which is the Dare Droid. It got featured in Wired, which was really cool. This is a prototype, so it's a girl. She has sensors in her neck piece, and as soon as you come close, you start an interaction with her. You come into her personal space. You get a non-alcoholic drink, like at this time it was tonic, and then you have to play a game with her in order to get your gin. So it's really it's a cute piece. We updated it for Electra in Montreal, which is how it is now. It works with solenoid valves, which I used before for pseudomorphs. It's the, also a pseudomorphs-based system for cutting to these valves, and yeah, I like this one. If you want, you should search the video. It's called the Dardroid 2.0, so you can see it in action, because I'm not going to show it. So, last year, I was playing a game with a friend of mine, collaborator Daniel Schatzmeier, and it's called Limbo. And I don't play that much games because mostly I don't really have time nor attention for it. But this game is so fucking awesome. Like, I don't know, I was just, wow. So it's this boy walking in this black and white world. It's super simple, but it's really engaging. So it has this spider in there, and yeah, I love the spider. So we made a spider dress. Here we're programming it. It has 9 degrees of freedom, so it can go all around. It's equipped with a shitload of sensors, servo controllers, servos and servo controllers, sorry. And it's reacting as soon as you come into the personal space in a few degrees. So that was the sketch. So I do a lot with personal spaces and working with sensors coupled to microcontrollers. And this is an example what I use a lot. It's from Edward T. Hall. It's the theory of spaces around the body. So you have the public space, you have the social space, personal space and intimate space. And the last two I work mostly around personal space and intimate space. So this piece, the spider dress, we can animate in different kinds of interactions. So in the public space, it's just happy, it's bouncing around, spreading its legs. And as soon as a person enters the social space, it starts to focus, so it starts to sense you. And as soon as the person comes into the personal space, the dress goes into a series of attack modes, and you don't want to be near this design then. In the intimate space, it's really pushing you away, so you can't even reach that. And this was a really interesting way of playing with the audience and defining these spaces, but also sort of managing or making a statement about it. So we presented it in Prague during Vive Robots. It's a festival about robotics. And this is a little movie. And it was funny because we put this video, I mostly just put my videos on my Facebook. I don't have anybody for social media or that stuff. So I put it online, and I think the day after we put it online, I woke up and I had like a lot of Facebook requests and a lot of emails. So I was like, what the fuck is it? So within a week we had like 132,000, or within, I think, 5 days or something like that. So it went around, then it got on BBC, Discovery Channel, Canada, like it was everywhere. So it has a lot of, the spider got a lot of attention. So I brought a little piece with me. It's a prototype of something that I did in the past, the smoke gas. And actually I wanted to get another piece with me, but I was not allowed. It's a project that I'm working on for later this year, but I'm under a NDA, I think, not a DNA, NDA. But so I was not allowed to take it, so you guys have to wait for September. But I took the smoke dress with me, so she's here, worn by a really pretty model who's going to showcase it. And it's a dress that is based with a tiny Folk mechanism and integrated lights that can be triggered. Normally it works with a sensor, not now because of the show situation. And it's the whole back piece is 530 gram. Here she is, and I'm gonna leave it with a movie.